Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda's InspirationStation.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is November 30th, Wednesday, November 30th. I normally post my weekly Wednesday videos generally at 5 o'clock in the morning. However, that is not how this week went. So it's viewing a little bit later, but it was so worth the wait. I hope you feel it's so worth the wait. I have this adorable project for you today. Normally, I come to you with two projects, but today we are going to do a very fun and kind of extensive, but yet very easy project. It's just a little time consuming. We are going to be using Memory and More note cards and envelopes, and we're also going to use Memory and More cards. So we are going to make this adorable envelope book, memory book. And this memory book then can be used as a scrapbook. It's just so adorable. I cannot wait to share this with you, do this with you. I do have a project sheet linked to the bottom of this video that you can print for free. It'll tell you all of the supplies and it tells you all of the measurements that I am using. And you'll have this video then as a guide for the instructions. So this is our book. There is no stamping in this. There's no stamping today. We are going to just make this adorable book and I'm going to show you how. If you like this video, I would appreciate you clicking the like button. I also appreciate any comments if you like the project. Also, if you are not a YouTube subscriber of mine, I would appreciate you clicking that subscribe button. I do come on here every Wednesday. All right, let's get started. I'm going to first and foremost, I'm going to get out the annual catalog because I want to share with you exactly, we're going to turn to page 136. We're using today the Textured Chic Memory and More card pack. We're also using the Memory and More cards and envelopes. And there is a bundle that coordinates with all this stuff. It's called the Season of Chic. Chic, however you say it. We're not using any of the stamp sets though, but I am using one of the dies in my book. Now, or a couple of them actually. You could use multiple things. I love this little net, and then I'm also using some of the seashell dies in the book. And you can incorporate all of them. You could even incorporate all the stamps with the same, but I found that I had enough stuff with the Memory and More cards that I didn't need to do that. Okay. The other thing that we're incorporating is the Textured Chic 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So love that paper. So that is what we're doing. And as you can see, that is the front and back of our book. That's the binding of our book. That's the inside of our book. So very, very pretty. The other things that we are doing is we are using some cardstock. We're using Evening Evergreen, Petal Pink, and Soft Succulent. Okay, let's get started on this fabulous book. So first of all, you're going to need one of these packs of the cards and envelopes. Now, here's the thing. 20 of them come in here. You will use 10 for the book, okay? So I'm going to use 10 of the envelopes. You will not need these cards for this. Now, you could do one of two things. You can use these cards for another project and make your own envelopes using that Textured Chic Designer Series paper. You can figure out how to make the envelopes. Otherwise, what you could do is you could actually cut these in half and you could actually slide these pieces in to your envelope if you wanted to. And those could be what you pull out to put your photos on if you're going to use this as a memory book or however you want to use it. I did not use these in there, but that's not to say that you couldn't do that. The other thing that I want to share with you is I'm going to bring out these, the cards. So in this book, we're using the small cards, but we are not using any of the big cards that come with the Memory and More book. You can easily, I wanted to share with you because this is what I use for the cards. I like to put them in here. And then you could pull this out and say, these are the days, and then on the back, place a photo. So there's different things that you can do. So I wanted to share with you those. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You are definitely going to need some green glue. I highly recommend green glue. You could use tear and tape. I don't always recommend tear and tape because once it's down, it's down. With green glue, it gives you that wiggle room. And with something like this, you're going to want that. The other thing that we're going to do is when you buy specialty designer series paper, on the back of the 12 by 12 paper comes cardboard. Okay. It always comes with this cardboard. You're going to use 2 pieces of this cardboard and you're going to cut it down to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And that is what you're going to use because you want your covers to your book to be hard. Okay. So before we put our envelopes together, we're actually going to place the front only of our book together. Okay. So we have 4 pieces of designer series paper. We have the 2 pieces that are at the outside of the book. Then you're going to have the 2 pieces that are the inside of the book. So as you can see, we have the outside and the inside. And then we have the piece that's the binder. Okay, so these pieces here measure at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 because you want them to be the same size as the cardboard because you're covering it the same size. The binder is 3 1/2 by 6 3/4. I'm sorry, this is 3/4. I'm sorry. This is, give me a second. This is 4 1/2. I'm saying this wrong. I'm reading, and this is not wrong in the project sheet, but I'm saying it wrong. I'm reading these wrong. So this is actually 4 3/4, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, so you will need 4 pieces of designer series paper that match that measurement and 2 pieces of the cardboard. Okay, you will want 2 and 2 because you want your back and your front insides to be the same. And then this piece is the right. This is 3 1/2 by 6 3/4. Okay, this is our inside. We're gonna set this aside for right now. Okay, I'm gonna set the binder piece aside for right now. Right now, I'm just going to glue on the front of this. Okay, so I'm gonna flip these over and I'm going to get my glue and I'm just gonna kind of, too much glue is too much glue. So I kind of do the whole dot, dot, not a lot thing. I'm gonna kind of swirl. Another thing that I give as a helpful hint or tip and trick, do not go all the way to the edge because once you place this down and rub your glue does kind of go to the edge. So you're just going to go ahead and you're going to place this right over your cardboard, just like that. Right over your cardboard, just like that. All right. Okay. So now this is the outside of our binder. Now, if you feel you need some, like right here, I can tell right now I need some glue here, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of go up in there and place some more glue. Usually I do a pretty good job of getting it in there, but sometimes I do find that I need to go and re-put a little in the corners. I'd rather do it like this than to have glue like squirt out all over because I put too much glue on the first time. So I'm just going to kind of go like that. All right. I got one more here I'm going to place. There we go. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do our binder. We want to bind these 2 pieces together. This is where I literally place this over 1 inch on one side and place this over 1 inch on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my ruler up here, and I'm going to actually, I'm going to mark it. I'm going to, so that hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to actually use a pen here. Okay, so so this is my 1 inch mark here. Okay, so this is my 1 inch mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place some glue all the way down only to that inch, because I literally only want to place this paper over 1 inch over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm just going to kind of change it a little bit, and I'm just going to use the end of the ruler because that's how my brain operates. And I've got my little line here. So this is 11. So this is 1 inch. So I'm just going to now place my glue 1 inch over. And then I'm going to bring this piece over, and I'm going to place it right on that 12 right there. Line that up at the edge. Okay, so this is the outer part of your book. All right, so now when we flip this over, this is what our book looks like. And make sure you get it straight. I can tell I'm a little crooked here. I can tell, hold on. I'm a little crooked on this side, so I do want to lift this up just a little bit, and I want to just move it over. So there we go. Oop. Well, of course I'm going to do this on video. There we go. All right. So here would be our book. So this is the start of our book. Oh no, look at, I had a little piece that must have moved. Okay, hold on. We're going to fix this. Okay, this is what happens if you accidentally rip your paper. You can fix this. All right, so I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to put a little glue down here. Look at that. Oh, I fixed it. Perfect. All right, so this will be what your book will look like, okay? Now, we don't want to put this inside in just yet, because we want to put our envelopes together. So right now, I'm going to set this entire piece aside, and I'm just going to kind of let that sit. Now what we need to do is we need to put our envelopes together. So we're going to, if you notice, this is the front of your book. So this would be where your book is going to go in. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold down all of our flaps. You're just going to fold them all down. We're going to glue all of our envelopes together by using our flaps, okay? That's the only place where we're going to use the glue. And we're not going to use the glue on the inside of the flaps. We're going to use the glue on the outside of the flaps only, okay? So how we're going to do this, now that we have them all shut, I'm going to kind of put them all together like this. I'm going to kind of give it a pinch, and then I'm going to kind of rub my hands all the way down, because I want to kind of, or you can use your bone folder on each one of these, but I'm not doing that for each one. If you do your fingers like this, it's generally pretty good. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is the front of our book, correct? So we want the next page to be like that too. So in order to get like that, we're going to flip this first page right over like this. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put some glue on the flap. And I'm literally going to now flip this over. And I'm literally going to line it up. And I'm going to line it up. See how I'm sliding everywhere? If I'm crooked, I have that availability. That's why I use the green glue. And we're just going to do that. So we're going to do this for every single one of them. We're just going to put some green glue right on the flap. We're going to flip the flap down. And we're going to place it on like that. So we have tab, flip it down, line it up, give it a rub, green glue, once you get this book put together, the rest is just decorating it. And to me, that's the fun part. As long as you can get this book, you know, put together. And once you do this 1 or 2 times, it honestly, you'll get it. You're just going to flip it over. And we're just going to go like this. Almost there. We're going to flip it over. I feel like my green glue's almost gone. Flip it down. And we have 1 more left. All right. And then we're going to flip it down. All right. So now we're going to give it a very good hard press here. And now when you flip it back over to the other side like this, you have your envelopes all put together. Okay? All your envelopes are put together, just like this. Okay, so now we have it. So now let's bring our book back here, and here's our outside. We're gonna lay it flat like this. Now what we want to do is we want this to line up. So where the score line is of your envelope, you want that to line up to the edge here of your cardboard. So one more time, we're going to put glue on just the tab. All right. And we're going to line this up so that it lines up just like that. And if you want, then you can flip it over. So now the edge of your envelopes are the same edge of your cardboard right there. Give it a good rub down. Now we have our 2 designer series pieces that go on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and flip this over. And we're going to put that in. We'll put this in the back for right now. We'll do the back first. Doesn't matter which order you go in. All right, now we're going to flip our envelopes. We're going to flip them this way. We want to cover this. We don't want this line to be seen on our book. So we're going to place now our designer series paper. We're going to place that right inside like that. Okay, so we're going to get our glue. And we're going to line our corners up. We're just going to kind of line them up like that. And then what I like to do is I like to kind of close it. I like to give it a little rub here. Okay. There. So now we have our book almost completely put together. So we need to attach it to the back. So how we're going to attach to the back is we're actually just going to glue this entire last envelope to the back. But we still want to have room in the binder for it to open easily. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue and we're going to put that on the whole back of the envelope. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we want to close our book, but we want to make sure this corner and this corner match the corners to the front. So I'm going to literally place it so that I have corner to corner here. Okay. Now I'm going to give my back side a rub. That doesn't sound good. I don't even know how I reached back there. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously. Okay, give the back of my book a rub. All right. Now, see how we have the binder where we have space? Should be able to put like a pencil or something in there. That will now make it so that our book is put together. So now we have our book put together. How fun is that? All right, so now we're gonna do some decorating. So what I did with this is every other page, I started with the first page, and what I did is I cut different pieces of cardstock, okay? So these pieces of cardstock are the ones that I messed up on the measurement before. This is what I was reading before. These are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then this is the petal pink. This is the next one. This is then 4 by 6. We are going to want to place all of our petal pink on top of our soft succulent. And you are going to need 5 of these. So I have 5 of these. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get our glue and we're going to glue these together. And then the opposite pages, we are going to do Evening Evergreen. But instead of doing petal pink, I actually took the designer series paper and I cut some designer series paper. Now you can pick whatever pattern you like. I personally liked the one with the gold and the soft succulent. I thought it popped. So we're gonna now glue these to all of them. You're gonna need 5 of these ones, but 4 of these ones. So we'll go ahead and get started. And you know what? I'm gonna get a new green glue because that one is not wanting to. I feel like it's almost over here. So let's get this out. And we'll open this up. Then it should go by pretty fast. There we go. All right, so we're just gonna place these all together on here. So we got 1. The nice thing too, why I do this, I wanted to share. So when I use the Memory and More packs, what I like so much about them, and when I'm talking about the Memory and More packs, I mean the cards. I love that they give you 2 of each one. First of all, if you're wanting to do more than one project with it, you could divide them in half, and you could use half of them for, like for me today, I used half of them to make this project. And then I had the other half to make this project for you guys. So that's nice as a demonstrator. Or I should say, for me now, I'll have 2 of these out of 1 pack. And that's what I love too, because now I have 2 great little gifts that I can give someone. And I made, 2 from 1 pack. They do that with the stickers too, or any of the elements that they have in there. And I love that they do that. So that's always nice. So we have, this one's our designer series paper. Once we put these into our book, we really don't have a whole lot left. The rest is basically decorating it with our cards. I almost put that designer series paper on top of the designer series paper. And that was not right. All right. Okay, there's that. And there's this one. All right. So now that I have them finished, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to our book and we're going to start with the first page. So I'm going to do this one first. Remember, we're doing every other one. So now I'm just placing this, and the purpose of this is to cover up that side of the envelope. But the nice part about these measurements is that you can still see an edge, and I love how it's got the gold right there, because it just adds a little something. So now the next one will alternate. Now we're going to do this one with the Evening Evergreen. And we'll place that one there. And then we'll flip. And we're just alternating. And we're going to do this through the whole book. The whole book. Like that. I love these little books. They are so cute and they make great gifts. And I did for my Fall Fest event, I have in October every year I do an all-day retreat called Fall Fest. And it's an all-day retreat, but I also offer it as a to-go, like a box, retreat box. But this year we did this using the, oh, I can't think of the name of it. The one with the Santa Claus and the train. It was so cute. Santa Express, I think it's called. We used those Memory and More cards, but instead of making it a scrapbook, I put recipe cards in there. So we made it into like a little cookbook, which is super cute. And I should show you guys. When I'm done with this, I'll grab it. Super cute, great idea, great gift. You could even put family photos, you know, along with some of your family favorite recipes and give those as gifts to friends or family. All right, so we have 2 more left here. All right. And then we got this, and then we'll just put in our last one here. Oops, got a little crazy with the glue there. Wasn't listening to my elementary school teacher when she said dot, dot, not a lot. All right. Oops, I just kind of smushed that a little bit. I'll have to pop that back out a little bit. All right. Oh, I was pushing a little hard on that. Okay, so here is our book. And now each page is covered so that the top flap of your envelope, and then you have all your little, you could put all kinds of things in here. They're so cute. I just love it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our decorating. We'll do the front cover last. So for the first one here, I chose, so I have some stickers here that come in this pack. And like I said, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to make both mine the same. I'm just going to take these stickers here, do that. And then I'm going to take You're on My Mind and I'm going to put that on top. Okay, so there's my first one. Now for my second one here, this is where I took these cards. And I literally took this one here. When we have each other, we have everything. I think this book with this particular paper would be nice for a friendship book or even an anniversary book. Like you have an anniversary coming up and you want to put your significant other, pictures of you and your significant other and memories and maybe vacations and things that you have shared. So we're going to flip this over. So here I have, let's see here, the Sending Good Vibes. So now you can put, I did on a couple of them. I'm going to share like on the front of the book. And there's another one that I did put cardstock on the back of these and then put them down. But I didn't do it with this because I loved the gold with this designer series paper. And I felt like putting this behind it kind of took away from it. All right, so for this one, this is where I die cutted a few of the seashells out. So I'm just going to kind of place these. I'm going to do this one on top of the soft succulents. And I placed that there. And you could have added these seashell. I mean, you could have done lots of die cuts and put them wherever you wanted to. It's just cute. I kind of wanted to keep it simple for those who wanted it more of a simple project, but by all means, you can definitely add to it. Make it as elaborate as you want. Here is one, for example, that I took the card, and these cards are 3 by 4. So I took, and I did the cardstock behind it. Wait, let me make sure this is 4. I want to make sure. Yep. So these cards are 3 by 4. So then this is 3 1/4. This cardstock is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And like this one, I wanted to add that evening evergreen behind there. I felt like it made a nice pop. And I just put this up here. And it looks like I did some little leaves. All right, let's do this one. I think these are so cute, these little books. I actually started my crafting endeavor, if you want to call it. I started as a scrapbooker, and I started back in 2001, and I loved scrapbooking, and I had just started, maybe, I don't know, a couple months into it, and my mom, somebody that she worked with, was having a Stamping Up workshop, and she invited me, and I said, ooh, she said, it's paper crafting. I think you'll enjoy it. And I said, okay. And she said, but we're going to be making cards, not, you know, scrapbooking. And I said, oh, I don't want to do cards. I'm going to fast forward now. I love making cards. Something about that. And not only do I love making cards, that was back in 2001. I have now been using Stamping Up since then. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to do this one. And I have been a demonstrator for 10 years. So there's always something to be said when you don't think you want to try something, but then you do, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this was awesome. All right, so for this one, I'm going to put just a little glue right here in the center, like a little circle. And I'm going to place this just like that, kind of giving it that, like, just to make sure that it stays. And I'm actually going to turn it a little bit so it's not going over the edge. But then I'm going to place this sticker in the center of it. There we go. That way there's not glue coming out of here. And then you don't have it sticking to your book. All right, so let's flip this over. Yeah, so that was that. That's how I started. Loved it. Still love it. Clearly, now I run Stamping Up as a business, and I enjoy it immensely. I love creating projects and sharing it with you guys. All right, let's just place this one up here. I will say, though, my favorite part is meeting other people who paper craft. That is probably my favorite part. Okay, so there's that. Let's see here. Hopefully this next one is the one that, yeah, there we go. I already have glue on it. Okay, so I'll place that down. Then I'm going to add this sticker here. See, I'm just decorating this. That's all I'm doing. I'm just decorating. I mean, how easy is it to have these cards and just decorate? I love these cards too, because if I'm not doing like a book like this, then I take our 6x8 albums and I create books that way too. I've done obviously memory books, but I've also done the recipe books with those. I've even done cocktail books with those. So I've had a lot of fun with that. All right, so we're on our last one. See, this wasn't hard. And then we just have the front of our book. So I'm just going to place that. And I'm going to take the happy, place that down at the bottom here. All right, so that's our book. Look at how easy this was. Now, I am going to place, I think that it would be fun to place some of these inside here. You can then just do whatever you want. Like, even I think this one is super cute because you could put a picture on there, and then when they pull it out, there's a picture in there. I love this one too, this pattern. I'm all about these different fun patterns. So definitely, I mean, how fun is this? Fill those up, put some pictures in there. Let's see here. Let's do this one. So cute. So cute. I mean, look I love this one though. So maybe this one goes in the side or something. It's just so cute. So you guys get the idea of that, behind that. All right, so let's go ahead and now let's do our front of our book, because we still have to add some ribbon. And then our front of our book. Oh, I'm really kind of upset though that I bent this. There we go. Okay, let's do our ribbon first. So with our ribbon, I have this soft succulent satin ribbon. It's thicker and I think it's gorgeous. Now, I'm going to be honest, I am not a person who measures my ribbon. I don't do that. So this is what I do. I pull my ribbon up like this inside the book. I'm going to now close the book, okay? I'm going to bring it down over here though a little bit. I am going to bring it down. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up this way, and I want to make sure that I have probably 5 to 6 inches from the edge of the book to the ribbon here. And the reason why I do that is because I want to make sure that I have enough space to tie a decent size bow, okay? So I'm going to now take this and I'm going to tie a bow. And I am going to bring it down just a little bit like this. And then I'm going to bring my ears together. And then we're going to pull it like this. And then I'm going to kind of fix it, because usually the first time I tie the bow is not the bow that I keep. I'm not over the years I've gotten better at bow tying, but I usually do the bow maker for all my projects. But this one, obviously, I can't use the bow maker. So I want to tie that tight. There we go. That looks pretty cute, right? That looks cute. I kind of like that. So we'll leave that there. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just trim a tiny bit off there. Now, if you don't want your bow to, or your ribbon to slide around, I will say that this is where I will use a little tear and tape. I just rip off a little piece like this. And I kind of tuck it down on the seam here. I use my little pick, my take-a-pick. I don't have my take-a-pick tool. I actually lost it somewhere. I need to get a new one. And then I will literally place that down. That way my ribbon's not sliding around. And if you want to do it on the back side, you can do it on the back side too. And then we just have one more left. So we have this card here. We're going to flip it over. Now this time I did add it to some cardstock. So I'm going to place that there just because I wanted that evening evergreen. And instead of using my green glue for this one, this is the only one that I use dimensionals. I will pop it up when it's on the front here. And we definitely want to make sure this is on the front of our project. We don't want any saggy center. I'm going to go all crazy in dimensionals right now. And I'm just going to dimensional it. All right. So, and now I'm going to set that kind of overlapping my ribbon. And I'm just going to place that right about there. There you have it. Really upset that I was leaning on that. But it's still adorable, still adorable. I do think that I could have brought it in. I feel like this one's, I only did this one 1 inch, but I do feel like I could have brought this in. So like, maybe I could, well, I feel like instead of doing 1 inch here, I could have brought it in maybe 1 1/4 inches, and it would have been a little bit tighter, but I really like it. I love how this book turned out. I love the books. I think they're super cute. I love how you can add the cards here, put your pictures in there, put your journaling in there. It's so pretty. What a nice gift. Christmas is right around the corner. Just makes a great gift. And not just for Christmas, for anything. Oh, and let me show you. I have my recipe one right here. So let me just show you this one. I'll just open it up here. So here is the one that I did. So we'll place this here. Here's the one that I did with the Santa's Express. So see, I did this one a little bit different. And then when you opened it up, I had recipe cards in there. So you could do some of your favorite recipes. Now with this one, this paper was not part of the designer series paper. This was actually the cards. So like the cards that came with the envelopes, I actually took this card and I took the card and cut it down and used that. So that was my every other piece. And then if not, I used cardstock. But super cute. How cute would this be to put all your favorite like baking, you know, holiday baking treats in here and give it to someone special? So cute. I hope you guys liked this video today. Please, if you are not a YouTube subscriber of mine, I would love for you to subscribe. My name is Amanda Waldhart. Thank you for taking the time and watching this video. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks. Bye.